What's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my first discussion topic for this week for The Walking Dead after seeing The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 2, Strangers. And this one will be discussing and talking about whether or not Bob was bitten. By a zombie, of course. I mean, not by, spoiler warning for anyone who hasn't seen the episode yet. Not by one of the hunters. I mean by a zombie. So the question really is with this one is when he was pulled under by that pretty big skeletal type zombie, was he bitten? Now, I've gone over it a few times. I've had a look at it, analyzed it, and to answer the question or to do a prediction, because you can't say 100% for sure, but I believe, yes, I think he was at some point in time. Now, when he goes under, we don't see what happens to him at that time. When he comes up, after Sasha helps him smash that big walker's head, he kind of puts it back, and this thing goes through it, this like a pole or something, and then she kind of smashes his head afterwards. But she then checks him, and you can see across here, he looks to be okay. You don't see any kind of bite marks here on the shoulder or anything, but his shirt is kind of like this. So it's possible, but then she asks him if he's okay, and he pretty much replies, yeah, but then he kind of looks down to the right, just very briefly, right at the end of it. So it seems to me that it's possible he could be bitten somewhere in his torso or in a rib or on the side or on the stomach or something, or just anywhere in that type of range in that time. Although we didn't see any kind of rips in the shirt or anything like that, but it sure seems like it to me. The second reason why is, or the reason why I believe that to be the case is when he goes out, it's just like in the comic books with the character that happens within the comic books. Those who've read will know. He goes outside as all the others are enjoying themselves inside the church. And he seems to be really happy at first, and then he gets really, really sad, and he starts to cry, basically, or he's right about there. So why is he sad? Why is he crying? Why is he upset? Is he so happy he's crying? No, I don't think so. He doesn't look happy. They don't look like tears of joy. It seems like he's happy that everybody's happy, but he knows he's been bitten or he's been scratched or something, so he knows he's probably going to turn. It would be an interesting development if instead of being bitten, he got scratched by that really, kind of washed out zombie, and then afterwards believed he was going to turn and maybe didn't or something. Because we still at this point don't know if a character gets scratched, if that will force them to turn. And the thing about that walker that's different to me is that it was underwater for so long, most of its tissue was gone. So in terms of saliva or in terms of transfer, it had been pretty much washed about as clean as you could imagine. So if it bit him, let's say, right, if it didn't really sink its teeth in all the way, or it's possible, it's within the realm of possibility that it could have bitten him and he may not turn as a result. Just because of the fact that it was underwater and everything like that, and it had been underwater for a really long time, I'm imagining. So its tissue may have not transferred, its saliva may have not transferred, the virus to burn him out and kill him. So that said, do I think that's the case? Probably not. It's more likely he's probably a goner one way or another. But it does seem like to me, just some predictions for later on, that Bob is getting ready to laugh at the end of the episode. So at the end of the episode, they've taken him, they've got him, and it looks like to me he's kind of, like in between, like he's hysterical, he's sad at the same time, but also he looks at everything in a positive way. So it makes a lot of sense for the character that he would laugh at that point at them because they're actually eating somebody who is infected or somebody who has either just been bitten or been scratched badly, enough so that he's pretty sure that he's going to die, which is why he was crying outside of the church, because he probably thinks he's dead and he's not going to make it. So that said, odds are they'll probably dump him back at the church, because once they find out he was bitten or scratched or something, maybe on his rib or something like that, then they'll decide, okay, we can't eat any more of him because he's infected, so it could kill us or make us sick, or maybe they already are infected, because if it transfers and he's turning and then they eat some of him, the transfer could go through that way too, so they could be sick, right? And they could die out as a result of eating that tissue. It's kind of like, think of it as like almost eating a zombie that's just turned or close to turning, because he would be infected at that point. So there are some unknowns about the situation, but with reasonable probability, I think it's safe for us to say that he was bitten when he was pulled under, either on the side somewhere. He was going out there, he was crying because he knew he was dead. And he went out there, and then they grabbed him, they took him, and he's probably going to tell him. From the preview, you see a scene with Gareth kicking Bob in the face. That looks a lot like maybe he starts laughing at the beginning of the next episode. He's hysterical. Gareth boots him in the face, knocks him out. They spit out all the stuff they've been eating. They bring him back. They dump him. They bring him inside at the church, and everybody's kind of really sad looking, and Sasha's crying, and the others are looking down at him, which, again, we've seen that type of thing in previews. So those are my predictions. That's what I think. I think he was bitten. It could be possible they could throw us through some kind of new loop where he, maybe he tricks them in some way, or he was scratched really badly, but he doesn't end up turning and dying. But with probability, I'd say most likely 80, 90%, Bob's probably dead, and he probably was bitten prior. So he's probably dead anyway, even though the hunters took him. It wouldn't have really mattered. So they've switched him out for the role of the character in the comic books. And, it's sad because he's a cool character, but that's The Walking Dead. You got to have deaths as we go throughout. That's part of the reality of the world they're living in. If it was a real world, that's the way it would be. Maybe even more harsh if you consider. When they went to Terminus and everything like that, Carol coming in, a little convenient. In real life, would it really go down that way, or would they all just be dead? I don't know. You can think about that one. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about the topic. Was Bob bitten? Yes or no? We can't say 100% for sure, but to me, it looks like it. So let me know what you guys think. Anyway, that's all I got to say for this one. If you liked it, please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, as always, please share it. Please favorite it. Check out my review if you missed it. Check out my predictions video if you missed it. And that's it for this video, guys. See you for the next one. As always, it's Trev. Saying peace.